It is hard to believe that we're almost done with the outside. Man, this went, I'm not going to say it went quick, because I've had that dome printed for years, but I really enjoyed this process. I enjoyed making all of this. Oh, by the way, my name is Hawk. I make props and costumes. Welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to finish up the shell of my droid. So to catch everyone up on where we are in this process, the legs and feet are all done. The dome is done. All we have left is the shell, or the main body, and all the panels. The panels are over there, just waiting for paint. The body itself has been glazing puttied, sanded, glazing puttied, sanded, primed, steel wooled, primed, and steel wooled, and primed. I have a feeling this is going to be a quick video, because it's really just paint and put things together. Same as with everything else, I'm using metallic dark metal for the whole thing, so we can get nice realistic looking wear. The base coat here is probably going to be black. The panels are going to be the same tan. I may have a couple of red accents here and there, but for the most part, everything starts with weathering, so we're starting with this. So now at this point, this is the third time we have done this exact technique. Recently. I mean, it's the same thing we did for the armor. I cover anywhere I want the paint to not stick with toothpaste. Just regular old toothpaste. I prefer paste to gel. I think paste works better. I use a toothpick, toothbrush, my gloves, just to cover up anywhere I want the metal to shine through. We're going to come back with silver and highlight everything. But we're going to focus mainly on the edges. Again, it's the same thing we did last week and the week before. That's kind of the secret of costuming, is you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. Just going to take a toothpick and some toothpaste and run over every edge, every highlight. So it rides like this when it's in 3-wheel mode. So I'm going to scratch the back of this and all of this, and this is the bottom, so it's going to have way more weathering than anything else. It's going to have more in the front than in the back. I'm going to drag everything from the front to the back. I like putting large dollops and then sliding back. It tends to make it look more like something, messed with the paint right there. And that's it. I'm just going to run it along all these highlights, all these edges. This is where the paint isn't going to stick, and it's going to be worn and damaged. So something kind of like that, right? That's not bad. We're just going to do this to all the body panels and the main chassis. For the panels, some of them are going to look like they open, and I want to highlight the areas where they open. Kim and I weathered everything. check this out. Everything's got a bit of weathering to it. Not too bad. Body's been weathered. The skirt's been weathered. The little front arm thingy's been weathered. So all of those black pieces get a clear coat now. All of these are ready to go. As soon as that clear coat dries, which will be overnight, which is why, So I'm going to let those dry overnight, and then in the morning we will assemble everything. And we may actually be able to assemble everything. Except for this one piece, which needs to be reprinted because I had a print error. I just haven't had time. But everything else is done. I need to put everything together. Like the dome, I'm going to hot glue the panels on because I'm not sure which ones I want to open and do things. But that's good enough for now. Like I said, we make him exist, then we'll make him perfect later. So, on with a build montage. The third battery I've had to put in. I guess they didn't charge. Weird. Oh well. Yeah, this is just weird. I'm missing a piece. I have no idea where it would have ended up. So I'm going to put everything else together and hope I find the piece. That would be super anticlimactic if I couldn't, have a completed droid. His left. Battery thing is starting to become a problem. It's so much easier to put together when I'm on the same plane as him. Having him up higher makes this way harder than it really needs to be. But for now, we'll just deal with it as it is. Alright. I have yet to find that piece. So I'm going to stop, search everywhere. Maybe I left him on the kitchen counter. I don't know. We'll find out. But here he is so far. And that ain't too bad. It was just on the other side of the room. I was legitimately worried that I lost it like way in the beginning of this process and it no longer existed or hadn't been sanded or primed or any of that jazz. No, I just set it down. All right. He is almost 100% now. That's exciting. And these thumb wheels you were way off screen. These thumb wheels I added make a huge difference. Move you back a little bit so you can see all of what's going on. This is about to get neat. There we go. Putting these legs on without the feet has been exceptionally amazing and easy to do. When I have the feet connected, I have to fight with it. And I am more than a little tempted to try and figure out a way to keep them detachable. Of course, again, doing this at a convention, not alone, is going to make all of this process so much easier. That wasn't that difficult. I mean, even on my own, even way low, that seemed to work actually pretty well. Alright, that's all. And again, doing this on the same plane as him, way easier than trying to reach up and do all kinds of stupid stuff. Three out of four ain't half bad. All right. It's time to bring him down, at least a little closer to our level, and put the dome on. That's about it. There he is. Not bad. Let's get some close-ups. He is amazing, and I love him dearly. I didn't think I don't even know. I'm at a loss for words. He matches my Mandalorian well. These are closer to brown. The Mando's got his are yellower. I'm not quite sure how that happened. Dye lots. I'll probably have to figure out a way to tone this down just a hair, just to make them match a little better. Well, they don't clash. They aren't bad. All right, that's not terrible. It's pretty good. I know, I did this whole thing, I'm just going, he looks fantastic. And that's all. No, I absolutely am over the moon with how he turned out. Now he's not done. Not even by the farthest stretches of the imagination. He is not done. There are little bullet things that need to be cast. All of his lenses need to be done. There's a ton of little detail pieces that just aren't on yet. But for the most part, he's done enough for now. Not sure if I'm working on him next week. Maybe working on him next week. I have no idea yet. Yeah. So one way to find out. Let's stick around. Thanks for making it to the end. I'll put the Droid playlist here or here in one of these two spots, and I'll let the algorithm decide what you want to watch in the next one. But thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. See you next time.